We're on the air live tonight. 1-800-39-ONLINE. 1-800-396-6546 is the number.
Online tonight.
I like the way this man thinks.
And now, from the craziest city on the planet, this is Online Tonight, on the air toll-free at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. And now, the host of Online Tonight, Max.
All right, welcome to Online Tonight on this wonderful Sunday. I am Max Smart. This is Online Tonight, where we talk about the latest in tech, pop culture, and more. And more can be pretty much anything except for politics. So I want you to think theme parks, food, pets, video games, movies. 1 second. I'm still here. I got to spit this gum out. You should never chew gum in the middle of the show. That's for sure. That's very rude of me, and I apologize. Of course, coming up this hour, we've got our Geek Speak, our Bookmark This. We got some Apple news. They announced some new hardware over the week, earlier in the week. A new streaming bundle, if you're interested in the streaming stuff, which is fun sometimes. We've got our review of the live-action version of How to Train Your Dragon. But more importantly, I am here to make your life easier when it comes to dealing with everyday tech products. So if your Wi-Fi is being weird or your laptop is too poop to boot, as I like to say, and I've been dealing with a PC that seems to be that way, I'm here to help you out. I did fix it, so that's great. The best way to reach me so we can have a conversation and go through your tech questions is to call our Broadcast Bionics Caller 1 system using our toll-free telephone number at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-356-6546. I think that's the toll-free telephone number. And I always have follow-up questions, so that's really the best way. You can, maybe you're listening to the podcast or you're watching the YouTube archive or whatever it is. You can still reach out. The following ones work 24/7. You can use them anytime you want. Email show@onlinetonight.com, or you can use our text voicemail number at 951-395-1017. Data rates may apply. Leaving a voicemail is your authorization to use your likeness on all our different broadcast methods. That number again, 951-395-1017. Victoria's producing the show. She's answering your questions. No, she's answering your calls regarding your questions. She's checking all the messages and the socials to see what's going on. Before we get started, this portion of the show is brought to you by Paramount Plus. It's officially fall, and the sports season has also changed. It's football season. And you can now live stream all the NFL games that appear on your local CBS stations. Find out all about Paramount Plus at onlinetonight.com/stream. onlinetonight.com/stream. All right, so Apple had a announcement. They didn't really make a video. They didn't really have like a audience thing like they do for some of their announcements. This one was more of a press release, really. It was just kind of on paper, and then they had a few things on their website, but no real videos, no Jaws coming out there, no Eddie, no Tim Cook walking around the buildings in the courtyard and stuff like that. It was really just kind of, here are 3 products that we want to share with you. And I'm going to share with you these 3 products, not in any particular order, but probably the order in which I'm most interested in. So maybe it is in a particular order. I use a lot of MacBook Pros. I'm surrounded by 4 or 5 of them here. Of course, I've got my Windows machines doing the automation and some of the special tricks that I do for the video stuff. So we'll start with the MacBook Pro. It now comes in an M5, has the M5 processor in it. It's really a SoC, a system on a chip. and they announced the basic one. So the 14-inch MacBook Pro with the M5 chip, it's just like my M3 Pro MacBook Pro. It's just like the M4. It has the same ports. It has the same display technology. Comes in 14-inch. That's the only one that you can order right now. The 16-inch is rumored to be coming out beginning of the year, so you'll have to wait a few more months if you want the bigger one. I'm sure there'll be an M5 Pro, M5 Max, but right now it's just the basic, or what some people call the vanilla M5. What are some of the features? Well, the M5 has a 10-core CPU, it has a 10-core GPU, and has a 16-core neural engine. That helps with AI stuff. But they've done some tricks with the graphics unit, with the GPU, where they've added some AI modules in there now. So that might help if you're interested in doing some AI stuff. Some of the performance numbers, at least that were reported, they don't ship until what day? Wednesday or Thursday of this coming week. And so the numbers aren't really there yet from real world users. These are just kind of the marketing numbers that we're seeing from Apple and people like that. They say it's 15% faster CPU, and I'm guessing that's compared to the M4. So if you have an M1 or an M2 or an M3, yeah, maybe this is worthwhile because it is 15% faster than the M4, 45% faster GPU, and up to 3.5 times faster for AI processing. Memory bandwidth has gone from 120 gig, which was on the M4, up to 156 gig. This is how fast the memory talks to the CPU. So they've increased the bandwidth and how quickly they can retrieve and send information to the RAM. They've got a new SSD controller in there. It uses PCIe, I guess, more lanes, and their SSD speed, so that's the hard drive section, is up to 2 times faster than the previous models. The storage is now configurable up to 4 terabyte on the basic model and up to 32 gigs of RAM on the basic model. Now, this has always been a problem for Apple people, and that is, since they went to Apple Silicon, you have to buy it as is. You cannot upgrade the RAM especially. There are some weird hacks where you can upgrade the storage or the hard drive, the SSD, but that's tricky and completely voids your warranty. But you'll never get a RAM upgrade. So you really have to think about that before you buy it to see if it's going to size right for you, because you're not going to be able to change it later. The design, as I mentioned, is unchanged, so it still has that same liquid Retina XDR display, Thunderbolt 4 HDMI SD slot, headphone jack, MagSafe 3, Touch ID on the keyboard, no little bar or anything. They start at $15.99 for the 512 gig hard drive SSD and 16 gigs of RAM. It's available in 2 colors, silver and space black. Pre-orders are open now, and it will start shipping October 22nd. I think I mentioned that. The higher end M5 and Pro and Max, as we mentioned, will be out next year. Very quickly, Apple updated the Vision Pro with M5 chip and a new dual knit band. So it's basically the exact same unit. They've replaced the M2 with an M5. That's got the 10-core CPU, 10-core GPU, the neural engine, accelerators, and all that stuff. It now has 16 gigs of RAM. The battery life apparently is improved to 3 hours of video playback. It was 2.5 before. The display renders 10% more pixels for sharper images and text. It uses a new 120 hertz refresh rate for smoother visuals and reduced motion blur. It gains, the chip gives it some ray tracing and some other shading benefits for graphics. The AI performance is supposed to be 50% higher than the M2 model. They jumped from M2 to M5. It retains the same R1 chip, the same Wi-Fi 6, the same Bluetooth 5.3. There's no design changes, no color changes. It's all still the same. It's got a new headband, though, to make it more comfortable for you to wear. The dual headband is sold separately for $100. Comes in 3 different sizes. It comes with a new 40-watt charger. That's because, the M5 takes a little bit more power to get that battery. New accessories include the Logitech mouse, Muse, stylus, and it will work with the VR2 Sense controllers from the PlayStation. Pre-orders are now. It'll start shipping in October 2025, October 22nd, and it still is $3,500, basically. And then they also announced an iPad with M5. So if you're into the iPads, you might want to check that out. Some new chips in there, faster Wi-Fi, better cellular, things like that. Are you in the market? Let me know. 1-800-39-ONLINE. Stay tuned.
If you're an author interested in turning your works into audiobooks, Narrate Your Own Book is for you. Since 2005, David H. Lawrence XVII has taught 3,000 students the ins and outs of voiceover work, including narration of audiobooks. As an author, your curriculum includes more than the performance and recording aspects of narration. You also learn how to prepare your manuscript to become an audiobook and market it once it's finished. Visit narrateyourownbook.com for more information and a sample class. narrateyourownbook.com.
Online tonight. Geek Speak. Geek Speak.
All right, Geek Speak. Geek Speak. Geek Speak. Where are you? There you are. Where am I? I'm right here. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Max. Online tonight. Every hour we give you a Geek Speak. It's where we take a tech term and we try to turn it into plain English right before your very eyes and ears. It's like a magic trick. This hour's Geek Speak is Runtime. Runtime, powered by Anchor. I'm so excited that Anchor has launched their new Nano wireless car charger. This means that your phone is held securely within view safely, and it uses the QI2 certified 15-watt wireless charging pad. Plus, the wireless charging pad is detachable. I guess you can take it with you. And the charging head rotates 360 degrees. You can tilt it 45 degrees. That way you can find the most safe and yet comfortable viewing angle, so that if you're looking at your maps, or that's really the only thing you should be looking at maybe on your phone when you are driving, that would, that's really the only thing you should be using your phone for. Don't text and drive unless you're using Siri, and then you can see that. Just glance at it. Don't study it. It's not safe. But you can check out all the great Anchor products at onlinetonight.com/anchor, onlinetonight.com/ANKER. Now, let's see where we want to go. Runtime. Runtime refers to the time that a program runs on your computer or device. This is when the CPU executes the commands in the program's machine code. Runtime starts when you first open a program and the operating system loads it into RAM, and along with all the extra libraries and external frameworks that it needs. Runtime ends when you close or quit the program, and the memory allocated to it becomes available for other programs. You may have noticed that sometimes it's tough to run a video editor and, say, Photoshop at the same time, because they're both trying to load all their runtimes and all their libraries and all their effects and their plugins right into the RAM, and sometimes it doesn't work that great. In the context of software development, by the way, runtime also refers to the environment a software program runs in. Back in the old days, we used to have things like interpreted languages. At Next, we had something called Interpreted Objective-C, and it wouldn't run if it didn't have the runtime for Objective-C, so it had to do it. Kind of like Java. Java has a runtime. You have your Java code, but without the Java runtime, it's not going to run. So the runtime environment consists of the operating system, the linked libraries, the virtual machines, and all the other things that are necessary to run that program. A runtime error is an error, or it could be a bug that happens when the program is running. Runtime errors are different from errors that occur while a program is compiling. Totally different. You would know that as a developer, because you've got like syntax errors, or you're not calling the libraries correctly. There's a lot of different issues. But basically, that's what makes your computer run, or your programs run on your computer, is they're using their runtime environment so that they can have some runtime on your machine so you can use the app. That is this hour's Geek Speak runtime.
Online tonight.
All right, phone lines are open. Feel free to give me a call on our toll-free telephone number on our Broadcast Bionic Caller 1 system at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. And don't forget, you can follow me on X and Instagram. I use the same account name on both platforms, at Max Smart Radio, at Max Smart Radio, Miss Victoria.
Yes, we have a listener question. It's an email from Archie in Portland. I'm not sure if
Archie, like the comic book?
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's Portland, Oregon, or Portland, Maine, or another Portland. Didn't specify. It's getting hard to weed through what's a scam and what's real these days. Do you have any info on current tech-related settlements that are actually legit? I hate to be missing out on potential payments, but I also don't want to get scammed.
All right, Archie, I actually thought this was going in a completely different direction because you started off with scams. So I was thinking of like banking scams or, your daughter's in jail, send me bond money or bail money, whatever it is. You want to know about what companies are actually sending people checks to make sure that you throw your name in the hat, so to speak, in the class action settlement. Well, I mean, I don't know all of them, but I could share with you a couple that I'm aware of. AT&T, as an example, has a $177 million settlement for data breaches between 2019 and 2024. Customers contacted between August and October, but you can also check online to see if there's a claim form that you can fill out. Facebook was working with Cambridge Analytics settlement. They are beginning to pay those out. The claims were supposed to come out in 2023, but apparently eligible users were getting email notifications. So maybe if you saw that and you thought it was a scam, no, that one seems to be legit. Anthropic, which is like the AI people, I think, they have settled a $1.5 billion settlement over the use of authors' works to train their AI models. It's still pending court approval, but it applies to authors whose works appeared in the Books 3 data set. So if you're an author and you're seeing that message, Archie, then you may be entitled to some money there. And then there are some other AI-related class actions that are ongoing, and no settlements have been reached yet. We fully expect that there will be. There's one with Apple in regards to some scientists, and there are some a lot of books and authors. Some of their works were used. They're claiming piracy. They were, used without their permission, that types of things. So those are some of the ones that I'm aware of. I'm sure there are others, but if you're getting things from, say, Lowe's or Home Depot or Wells Fargo, especially banks, they don't tend to like pay out settlements very often. They usually work something else out. So be skeptical of those. But AT&T and Anthropic and Facebook, those seem to be legitimate. So if you're concerned about those or getting those messages, check them out. Another quick piece of advice, Archie, is you don't have to respond to the mail. You can always just go to the website, or you can search for it and then end up in the appropriate place. And that way you're not giving somebody who maybe gave you a false URL or a false link to a website. You're actually going on your own to find it. It's the same thing I do with the bank or PayPal. Hey, you just bought something on PayPal for $300. Well, I go to my PayPal app and I look, did I order something for $300? Did it show up on my thing? That's how I know that that's not real, because it would be in my pending list on my PayPal app. So I know that's fake. If you're not listening live and you want to submit a question like Archie did, you can email me show@onlinetonight.com, SHOW@onlinetonight.com, or you can use our text voicemail number at 951-395-1017. 951-395-1017. Stay tuned.
Looking for a one-of-a-kind gift or to complete your own collection? Sumerian Collection offers a wide variety of vintage goods with new items added weekly. Books, collectibles, clothing items, jewelry, gadgets, and gizmos galore. Many items are from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, but exclusive finds from earlier time periods become available as well. Rare vintage items include dolls from around the world and foreign language books. Online shopping at Sumerian Collection is a breeze, with Etsy's secure payment processing and shipping to U.S. locations included free with every purchase. Visit SumerianCollection.etsy.com to see what's new and vintage this week. SAMERIAN Collection.etsy.com. SAMERIAN Collection.etsy.com. Sumerian Collection.
We're taking your calls right now at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546.
Online tonight.
I'm a nerd, and I'm pretty proud of it.
All right, this is Online Tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. I am Max. The Broadcast Bionics Caller One system is available. Use our toll-free telephone number, 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. You can also reach us via email and text voicemail. The email address, show@onlinetonight.com, SHOW@onlinetonight.com, and the text voicemail number, 951-395-1017. Before we jump into our movie review of How to Train Your Dragon live action, rated PG on Peacock. We're going to be going to CES again this year in January, and I love going by the Govee booth. They've got some cool new projectors that will light up your room, and I'm definitely going to go check those out, but I'm still kind of obsessed with the Neon Rope Light 2. It allows you to create a neon sign kind of look using LED light strips. And unlike normal neon signs where they have to put in a special kind of gas within the glass tube to create a color, you can actually change the colors. And these things are supposedly really easy to use. It comes with these bend clips so that you can create angles and corners and a bunch of custom styles. Comes in two different sizes, a 10-foot and a 16-foot, 16.4-foot lengths. You can learn more about Govee products at onlinetonight.com/Govee, onlinetonight.com/GOVEE.
From Hollywood.
One very important thing, mate. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
Blockbusters, tearjerkers, family fare.
Everything is awesome.
What's worth seeing in the theater, and what should you just watch at home?
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Here are your hosts.
I am still Max.
And I'm Victoria.
All right, you're still Victoria.
I am.
All right, we want to share with you our thoughts on How to Train Your Dragon, rated PG on Peacock, which is a streaming service. There's a lot of streaming services that we bounce around. We got HBO, we got Max, we got Apple TV.
Wait, HBO and Max are the same thing.
Oh, all right. See, it used to. Didn't it used to be called the Max app?
Yeah, it started out as HBO Max, and then it became just Max, and now it's HBO Max again.
And has Peacock always been Peacock, or was it called CBS something before?
No, it's not affiliated with CBS. It's NBC.
Oh, NBC. Oh, you have the bird. Yeah, just in case you don't know this,
Yep.
The very first time my dad ever saw color on the television, he was watching NBC, and he got to see all the pretty colors of the bird. Did you know this?
I did not.
All right.
And I believe that Peacock is a more recent streamer, and it came about when NBC divested itself of Hulu. Remember when you used to be able to watch NBC shows the next day on Hulu?
Well, this is also how NBC Universal has been able to spend billions of dollars on theme parks because Disney gave them a lot of money. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about How to Train Your Dragon live action. Do you remember the animated version from DreamWorks? This is still DreamWorks, I'm assuming.
Yes, and I remember the more recent ones. There were 3, and then there were some shorts, like holiday specials, and they even did a series.
Yeah,
I think we watched a
cartoon
couple of
series.
episodes.
Yeah.
And so I didn't remember the original one as well. And I was thinking, well, who asked for them to make a live action version of this? And then I thought, well, they have a whole theme park that is themed to How to Train Your Dragon. So they really have to keep it up and keep it in people's minds. But they could just continue and make more animated ones.
What do you mean by they have a whole theme park? Do
What-
you mean that there is a land at Epic Universe in Orlando, Florida that is dedicated to the dragons?
Yes.
Or do you mean they have their very own like gigantic theme
No.
park that I'm not aware of?
No, but it is it's a land within Epic Universe.
Okay.
But I mean, that is essentially a dragon themed theme park
yeah.
of its own. A little, a
It's
section.
got the boats and it's got
Got everything.
well, not everything.
Well, okay. But anyway, I was thinking, why would we need this? And as we were watching it, things started coming back to me about the original movie. And I wasn't sure because I didn't remember all the details from the original if this was exactly like the original. Apparently it is. It is almost scene for scene, dialogue for dialogue, the same movie just made in live action.
Well, that just shows you how much I don't remember of the original movie.
Exactly.
Because I didn't remember the entire arena thing where they did the dragon
Right.
fighting training, and I
some
didn't remember any.
some of the stuff they did, I was like, wasn't that in the second movie? But apparently it was all in the first movie, and it was almost identical. And I have to tell you that this live action one really got me in the feels. And I imagine that I had that reaction to the original, but maybe not quite as much because it was animated. The fact that it was live actors got me more in the emotions.
Because of the puppy type dog hurt animal thing. I think you're more empathetic now because of the dogs and the history that you've had over the last few years of
But just
animals going through things like
Sure,
the
and-
cats we found in the bucket.
and seeing a live actor, interact with, granted, a CGI character, but still, you're getting the emotions from the live actors, I feel.
Well, so you're saying that you were able to connect more with the human actor than you were with the drawn actor,
Yes.
I think. And so the emotion for you was a little bit more
I mean, you
strong.
watched me and you were like, what are you doing? And I
I-
was on the edge of my seat in some of the scenes.
Yeah, and then you don't usually, I mean, that is very rare for you to just get right up in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, what the heck is she doing? Do you need to take a break? Do you have to go to the bathroom? What is happening? You're like, no, don't pause.
Don't pause.
I'm in the middle of it. All right. So, any notable actors? Like, did anybody return? Like, the voice of the main character is totally different. They're young.
There's only one that's the same. Gerard Butler is back. He was the voice of Stoik, the dad, and in the first 2 and some of the shorts. And he's back in live action form for this one.
We're talking about How to Train Your Dragon live action, available right now on Peacock, rated PG. And when did the original animated one come out? Do you know?
I think it was 2010.
All right, so it's been what, 15 plus years?
Mhm.
All right, so you probably forgot it like we did, and if you want to just like re-watch it, you could watch the original animation if you want, or you could watch this new one. This was in the theaters for a little while. How did they do? Do you know?
It did well. It did better than all the other ones, better than the animated ones. And they did well for animation.
You're saying that the live action How to Train Your Dragons beat the animated version?
Yes.
even though it costs way more money?
Yes. And it beat each one of them, each one of the three. The first one didn't make that much money because it was a new franchise.
Ah.
So you're getting a lot of people who are familiar with the franchise to go see the live action one.
I thought you were going to say something silly like, well, it beat Jungle Book, it beat Snow White, it beat blah, blah, blah. That's why they canceled Tangled. I thought you were going to compare them to the other company.
Oh, no.
I didn't realize you were saying within its own franchise, even though this is a complete retelling of the exact same story, that they beat the pants off the original.
Because they've built up that branding.
Sure, with all the series and
the third one, I
reboots.
think, only came out in 2019, maybe, or maybe it's more recent than that. It might be more recent than that. So I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Okay, what do you rate it?
I give it a 4.5.
I will join you with 4.5. I was very confused at the beginning because the very first time that Night Fury showed up, it had teeth, and I was confused as to why they called it toothless.
They're retractable.
They're retractable like a cat's claws, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that kind of confused me because the very first time I saw the inside of the dragon's mouth, it had a whole set of teeth, and I thought, oh no, you're going to lose a hand.
Toothless looks the same as he does in the animation.
I think he looks better because he looks real. It looks like something I could actually think. All right, we're talking about How to Train Your Dragon PG Peacock. Stay tuned.
At Bon Voyage Earns, we love our pets. We couldn't imagine our lives without them. But we know that when they pass on, we want to treat them with the respect they deserve, because they're family members too. Bon Voyage Earns makes biodegradable, marine-safe urns for the delivery of pets' cremated remains to a beautiful resting place in the Pacific Ocean. Love them while you have them. Give them a proper send-off when it's time. More information at bvurns.com.
Online tonight.
Hey, bookmark this.
All right, bookmark this, where we give you a website or a URL or something that we hope you find useful, educational, or entertaining. This hour's bookmark this is firstinspires.org. Firstinspires.org. First is a youth robotics community delivering hands-on STEM. That stands for what? Science, tech, something, and math? Engineering and math? I'm not sure. Miss Victoria can correct me. She knows all these acronyms better than I do. I know all the telecom ones, but I don't know all the learning ones.
Science, technology, engineering, and math.
All right. It's so STEM learning powered by mentorship, teamwork, creativity, and engineering challenges. You can find out more about their programs. They also have local events. So if you want to go and support a bunch of people or do fun stuff, then that might be cool for you to check out. The local, I need these. Local events in your area, head over to firstinspires.org, firstinspires.org. That's this hour's bookmark this, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They've done away with their 2 free checked bags. They are making exceptions if you are a Rapid Rewards member. So it's even more important than ever to become a member of Southwest Airlines Rapid Rewards program. You can find out more at onlinetonight.com/SWA. It'll take you right to the site. It's going to take you right to the site. So you're going to be able to learn about the rewards. So this URL takes you right to the rewards, Rapid Rewards program main page. onlinetonight.com/SWA.
Online tonight.
This show looks just as good with or without your 3D glasses. This is Online Tonight. Now, here's Max.
A lot of Apple news this hour, so I thought I would continue on that. Something I don't understand, and I'm not in the marketing brains of the Apple people. We're so used to talking about Apple TV Plus that they have decided that they don't want me to do that anymore, and they've decided to drop the Plus. They are rebranding it to Apple TV. It's got a new identity. They're apparently very excited about it. Now, the details about exactly what the new branding is going to be has not even been updated on Apple's website yet. At least I didn't notice it as of today.
What do you mean?
Details of the new branding have not yet been updated on Apple's website.
Oh, they haven't changed. They haven't taken the plus off.
I guess that's what I mean.
Okay.
All right. Apple TV app is available in over 100 countries, by the way, in case you didn't know that. 1 billion screens, it's estimated that it works on. That includes things like the iPhone, the iPad, the Mac, the Apple Vision Pro. There are smart TVs that's got the app on there. Of course, you can load it on a Roku or a Fire TV, a Chrome stick. I even have it on a PlayStation and an Xbox. And if you don't have enough screens, you can just go to tv.apple.com, and that will get you there. The subscription remains at their $12.99 per month, but they have a 7-day free trial. So if you want to, check out some of the Apple TV movies and binge watch like Servant or Severance or any of the other wonderful series that a buddy of mine was in The After Party. You could watch all 2 seasons of The After Party in 7 days. So you could check that out. I'll give you a clue. Alfred Hitchcock-esque. That's kind of who he was embodying in the second season of the show. The rebranding might cause some confusion. It's definitely confused me. And it is also the name of Apple's little box, the Apple TV. That's the little box. So now we have a software/service and a hardware item with the same name. So, again, I'm not in the marketing brain of the Apple people. A new bundle has been announced, by the way. Apple and NBC Universal are launching the Apple TV and Peacock streaming bundle in the U.S. starting tomorrow, I think, Monday, the 20th. The bundled price will be Apple TV and Peacock Premium, which is ad-supported, for $14.99 a month. So you're getting Peacock for like $2. Apple TV Plus Premium, Peacock Premium Plus, which has some ads, but not really very many. That's $20 a month. Apple One Family and Premier Plan subscribers will get a 35% discount on Peacock Premium Plus. Bundle allows curated sampling of each service's shows in the partner app. Peacock subscribers can watch up to 3 free episodes of Apple TV shows like Slow Horse, Silo, and more. Oh, I forgot to tell you about Silo. Apple TV app users can watch up to 3 free episodes of Peacock shows like Bel Air, Twisted Metal, Real Housewives of Miami, and of course, ba-boom, Law and Order. I don't even know if I got the sound right. The bundle aims to provide a seamless entertainment experience by combining the originals, live sports. By the way, live sports. My understanding is they are either about to or they did today. I can't remember who told me, but if you're a Major League Soccer fan, the rest of the season will be available to you on Apple TV Plus without having to have an MLS subscription. So that either happened today, this morning, or it's gonna happen on Monday or Tuesday. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but apparently that's what's going to happen if you're a big soccer fan. Netflix. Netflix is partnering with Spotify to stream video podcasts as early as next year. That'd be 2026. The initial rollout will include 16 different podcasts, which covers topics like pop culture, sports, lifestyle, true crime. I love the true crime ones, like Mr. Ballin. I'm kind of addicted to his stuff right now. I watch a lot of that. And sports. So from The Ringer, include the Bill Simmons podcast and the Fairway Rollin'. the F1 show, some entertainment podcasts like The Big Picture, Recipe Club, Conspiracy Theories. Some shows from The Ringer will become exclusive to Netflix and will no longer be showing up on the YouTube. The partnership aims to expand discovery, reach new audiences, and compete with YouTube for the video podcast viewership. There you go. Speaking of video, you can listen to the Online Tonight podcast, of course, but you can also now watch the Online Tonight visual version on YouTube. You can either watch it live or you can watch the recorded session. Just head over to youtube.com/OnlineTonightTV. Don't forget TV.
Online Tonight is produced and copyrighted by Smart Family Media. All rights reserved. Host Maxwell Smart. Producer and other hats worn by Victoria Smart. Views and opinions expressed are those of the host, guest, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, affiliates, or other advertisers.
Looking around for the phone number, it's 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546.
Online Tonight.
Yes, officer?
Clocked at 40 miles an hour back there. Do you know what the speed limit is, y'all?
Well, according to that sign right there, it's 40 miles an hour.
Step out of the car, please, sir.
Wait a second. Aren't you Stan's little friend?
Sir, step out of the car, please.
Yeah, you're the one who always plugs up the toilet at our house.
I am a cop, and you will respect my authority.
And now, from the craziest city on the planet, this is Online Tonight, on the air toll-free at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. And now, the host of Online Tonight, Max.
Holy cow, that's some very hot tea. 1 second. Trying to make sure we don't get sick around here. Everybody seems to have a cold. I don't want to have a cold. Hey, welcome to Hour 2 of Online Tonight on this wonderful Sunday. I am Max Smart. Come aboard. I've been expecting you. I am your cruise director, and I want to guide you through the adventures in tech and pop culture and more. Coming up this hour, of course, we have our world-famous Geek Speak and Bookmark This. We've got some new flirtatious AI. I wanted to use a different word, but somebody said I needed to use the word flirtatious. You know, wink, wink, with the nudge, nudge. Saying goodbye to a legend in the video space. Thought we did that to Blockbuster already, but maybe there's something else. And of course, we've got a classic horror movie. We've been watching horror movies between now and Halloween. Things that we either have never seen or that we don't remember. And I believe Miss Victoria never, ever saw this one. So we wanted to introduce that to her and then share it with you. I want you to think of me, however, as your onboard engineer, not your cruise director, but your onboard engineer. I want to assist you with those tech issues. That's really what Online Tonight's about since the 90s when we first started. If you've got anything that's troubling you, I would love to hear about it, and I'd love to see if we can work it out together. So if you've got something that's weird or you think it might be dumb, it's not. It might help somebody else. So you're not alone. There's no dumb questions. There's no silly questions. There's no topic that's too simple. We pretty much will help you with just about anything except for printers. 3D printers I'm happy to talk to you about. But when I was in tech support, it would take 3 hours to try to and we don't have that kind of time here on the radio. So you can give me a call if you want to talk about your tech problem or your question, or you want to just chew the fat on some pop culture or video games or things like that. I'm happy to chat with you about it. Call our Broadcast Bionics Caller 1 system using our toll-free telephone number, 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. That's the best way to get into the show, I always have follow-up questions. And that number only works, obviously, while we're live on the air. So use that. There are other ways to reach us. I'll give you that information here shortly. Miss Victoria's taking your calls, going through your texts and your emails. This portion of the show is powered by Anchor. They've been a pioneer in charging technology for over 10 years. Want to charge your devices quickly and efficiently? Anchor has all kinds of fast chargers, including their Prime and Nano lines, as well as their Mag Go, their ultra-fast magnetic wireless chargers. You can check out all of the things that Anchor has to offer by going to our website, onlinetonight.com/anchor, onlinetonight.com/ANKER. Very quickly, let me give you those other ways that you can reach the show. The text voicemail number, 951-395-1017. Data rates may apply. Leaving a voicemail is your authorization to broadcast your likeness. And the email address, show@onlinetonight.com, show@onlinetonight.com. AI news. Apparently, 70% of Americans report that they're using AI, at least they're admitting to using AI, and that they find it helpful and a time saver. That's a pretty high number, considering that it's really gotten wide adoption, I would say. 75% of those 70 people said they don't want AI involved in media and entertainment, though. You know, they like the creative part. They like filmmakers. They like, animation. They like the storytelling. They don't want AI getting in the middle of that. 2/3 fear that AI is going to cause them to lose their job. Gen Z and lower income groups are definitely the most concerned. Similar portion worry that AI could eventually go to war with humans. This goes back to media and consumption. I think Terminator and Skynet and all of that has really, really created a cloud in our brains about what AI can do. I mean, there's been other AI movies that try to take over. I think even a Disney movie at one time that was voiced by Leela from Futurama. She was like the smart home person, and ended up terrorizing the family, I guess. There's been a few of those. So people are worried that eventually AI is gonna wipe us all out or go to war with us. Awareness and use of AI has grown significantly over the last few years. I would say in the last year and a half, 2 years. There is distrust that exists even among active AI users. Users and non-users show similar concern levels after adjusting for demographics. Consumers prefer AI as a tool for humans rather than a replacement. That goes back to the job thing. A survey recently conducted by Critical Mass Media with over 2,000 adults here in the U.S. The results were presented at the AudioCon, which I think is a iHeartMedia event that they put on. Consumer opinions on controversial issues are more influenced by media exposure than political affiliation. So everybody doesn't matter what, if you're right, left, central, libertarian, whatever. It seems to be balanced across all the different groups. So this is not just a political thing. It's more emotional and worrisome, I guess, for some people. 78%. I'm not even going to worry about that. I don't know why you left that in there. ChatGPT, according to OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, has announced that ChatGPT will become friendlier, with a little wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Though he didn't really do that. But if you know the old Monty Python thing, you'll know where I'm headed with this. There might be potentially more erotic content for adults, which is partly why ChatGPT is now asking for age verification and things like that. The update will include age gating. What does that mean? Limiting what is said to younger adults, younger people who aren't adults. So 18 and under, they're going to get a different interaction than, say, an adult would. The adult might get this flirtatious and might be able to talk it into a more adult type conversation with, physicality and things like that, whereas that would not be appropriate for minors, and they have to make sure that minors don't get access to that. New version of ChatGPT will roll out within the coming weeks, restoring aspects of its personality like it had in ChatGPT 4.0 or GPT 4.0. Starting in December, verified adult users may access erotic or adult explicit conversations, age verification, and how they're going to do it. Nobody knows yet. The change really comes as ChatGPT has reduced the psychophonetic behavior to mitigate some mental health risks. I don't know how they're doing that or what kind of committee they have to help with those things. Sam Altman emphasized treating adults like adults, but still being safe for minors. Mixed reactions from users, some frustrated over not having the full experience of ChatGPT 4.0, while others noted the irony in openness to adult material as it relates to some other health claims. And, when people get out there and share their frustrations, sometimes they're kind of all over the place. OpenAI recently introduced new parental controls and safety tools along with this update. Very quickly, Apple is being sued, as I mentioned last hour, by 2 neuroscience scientists for using their material to train OpenELM, which is Apple's large language model. You can get that on Hugging Face. You can check it out. They grabbed it from Book 3, but apparently Book 3 wasn't supposed to have their stuff. It contains over 190,000 works. Just where these things get their material is always questionable. It's online tonight. Stay tuned.
Looking for a one-of-a-kind gift or to complete your own collection? Sumerian Collection offers a wide variety of vintage goods with new items added weekly. Books, collectibles, clothing items, jewelry, gadgets, and gizmos galore. Many items are from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, but exclusive finds from earlier time periods become available as well. Rare vintage items include dolls from around the world and foreign language books. Online shopping at Sumerian Collection is a breeze, with Etsy's secure payment processing and shipping to U.S. locations included free with every purchase. Visit SumerianCollection.etsy.com to see what's new and vintage this week. SAMERIAN Collection.etsy.com. SAMERIAN Collection.etsy.com. Sumerian Collection.
Online tonight. Geek Speak. Geek Speak.
All right, this hour's Geek Speak, where we take a tech term and turn it into plain English right before your very ears, is downtime. Last hour we had runtime. This hour we have downtime. We'll get back to that in just a moment. This Geek Speak is brought to you by GoV's Neon Rope Light 2. It features easy integration with the GoV app and smart home platforms, with more than 64 preset lighting effects to blend colors and create segments of different colors. It even has like an AI feature. It's called the Lighting Bot that allows you to use your voice or text prompts to help generate different lighting effects. How cool is that? Sounds pretty cool. Learn more about GoV's products by visiting our website, onlinetonight.com/GoV, onlinetonight.com/GOVEE. Now, downtime. Downtime is a period when the system is not available. It may, like we had, what was it? Several months ago, like one of the big cloud people went gone, and Netflix stopped working, PlayStation stopped working. It's very inconvenient. That would be considered a downtime, right? And it can apply to your local computer or a network or a cloud service. It's usually in reference to servers. Sometimes Apple Mail goes down or the App Store goes down. Those are all downtimes. In particular, web server reliability is often measured in how much downtime there is. When I was in the telecom business, We had SSLs or service. What was it? Service level agreements. That's an SLA. Sorry, SLA acronym day. Sorry. Service level agreements where we would guarantee the fiber would be up 99.995% of the time, which means it would be down 6 minutes a year. A server may experience downtime for a variety of reasons. Sometimes the server reboots, there's a hardware failure, maybe the RAM goes bad, the software gets updated and goes kaplooey, like what happened with Microsoft a few months back. The network gets disconnected, somebody tripped over a cable, some vacuum cut the thing, maybe the power goes out and the backup generators don't come on. Maybe there's too much traffic hitting the server and it can't respond, and so it just says forget it and doesn't talk to anybody. Sometimes hackers get in and shut things down. So to minimize downtime, strong security measures and redundancy are implemented. In some cases, multiple servers are configured to act as one, so that if one goes down, the other one will take over, or they will load balance across them. There's a lot of ways to do that, but really, downtime is unavoidable, right? Just like sometimes we're tired or we get sick and we just don't feel like mowing the lawn this weekend. Servers and networks and all that stuff have those same kind of things. What they try to do is they try to schedule these things so that they can fix the stuff before it goes bad, but sometimes things just happen and it results in downtime. That is this hour's Geek Speak downtime.
Online Tonight.
Where the quality of our answers just might surprise you. This is Online Tonight. Now, here's Max.
All right, the Broadcast Bionics Caller 1 toll-free telephone number is available to you. 1-800-39-online, 1-800-396-6546 is the toll-free telephone number. And don't forget, you can follow me on Instagram and X. I use the same account name on both platforms. At Max Smart Radio, all one word, at Max Smart Radio. Miss Victoria.
We have a listener question. This one came to us via text from someone called No Fakes in Atlanta. I am so tired of seeing AI images everywhere, and it's getting harder to spot what's real and what isn't. I really like to promote artists on my Pinterest account who actually create their art. Is there any way to block AI images on Pinterest?
Yes and no. I'm going to say yes because Pinterest has a feature, and I'll tell you what it is. You click on the settings gear at the bottom left of your homepage on the Pinterest, and you'll see this refine your recommendations from the menu. It's like in the settings menu. And you can toggle off the Gen AI interests because you don't want to see those, right? That's what it sounds like, no fakes. So Pinterest will confirm that you want to turn it off. If you turn it off, you will start seeing fewer AI ideas from whatever the topic is soon. Okay. That's vague. My understanding is that somehow you either are, as an artist, you are identifying your work as being AI generated or partly AI enhanced, or Pinterest has some kind of scanner that's figuring out what's AI generated, and you can change this setting, and they'll try to honor your request shortly. It doesn't seem like a foolproof solution, and I think we still need to use our eyes and our common sense, and it's getting more and more difficult. I've seen pictures of people, like I saw this picture of Jenna Ortega that I thought, it's like, hey, Jenna Ortega was on vacation and this is what she was wearing, blah, blah, blah. No, it wasn't her at all. It was completely fake. I didn't know that. Somebody had to say that's not real. She doesn't have 12-pack apps. Nobody has that. That's AI generated. And then I saw another picture of this deer that crashed through a window and jumped on the guy's couch and then jumped out through the window again. And I thought that was real. But it was AI, apparently. It's getting so hard to tell now. And that's the trouble. And is everyone who's using Pinterest as a creator going to tell you that they used AI to create it? I don't know. I mean, how much of it's on us as the viewer and how much of it is on us as creators? Like, who's to say that any of this is real? Who's to say that I didn't train this audio box thing to talk like me? I mean, eventually I feel someday that's probably what's going to happen. But right now it's my own, craziness. I mean, you can watch the video to see if it's me or not, but who knows? In a year when the $5,000 GPUs come down to reasonable prices, I probably could generate all this and never actually have to do anything. Just get AI to write me a script and put it up there, and it's crazy. But that's why I like the phone. You call, we have interactions, we can talk about stuff. You can throw me a curveball and I can swing and miss. So that's, I don't know. I don't know if that helped you at all, no fakes, but there is a setting, apparently, that Pinterest is going to let you use that's going to try to help you out. So there you go. If you're not listening live and you want to submit a question like No Fakes did, you can text or leave a voicemail at 951-395-1017, or you can email me, show@onlinetonight.com. Here's something I saw very quickly that I think is absolutely insane, which is Amazon will have pharmaceutical kiosks starting in December, meaning there's going to be drugs in a vending machine. Drugs in a vending machine, like opioids and antidepressants and, I don't know, butt cream. Like these things aren't going to be able to be tied to a chain at the back of a truck and taken home. Stay tuned.
At Bon Voyage Earns, we love our pets. We couldn't imagine our lives without them. But we know that when they pass on, we want to treat them with the respect they deserve, because they're family members too. Bon Voyage Earns makes biodegradable, marine-safe urns for the delivery of pets' cremated remains to a beautiful resting place in the Pacific Ocean. Love them while you have them. Give them a proper send-off when it's time. More information at bvorns.com.
Online Tonight is live and on the air at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546.
Online Tonight.
Somebody, please, tell me what that is. Please.
All right, thanks for joining me. My name is Max Smart. The name of the show is Online Tonight. I absolutely love our listeners. I wish this person had used our Broadcast Bionics Caller One Systems toll-free telephone number 1-800-39-ONLINE, because I want to know, do you actually work for Amazon? But instead, they sent me a text at 951-395-1017, and this is what it says. Let me just read it to you carefully. The Amazon kiosks are called kiosks, not vending machines. They weigh 1,700 pounds, and there are no controlled substances. I don't really know what all of that means, other than I said we could use a chain and a truck to drag it away, but controlled substances, what does that mean? Like you can't have like ADA medication. You can only have butt cream. I don't.
Narcotics. No narcotics.
Okay, so what would be in it? Tylenol?
No, blood pressure medication and skin medication and things like that. But nothing refrigerated either.
Okay, so what is it? What was the stuff I had when I had my teeth taken out?
Codeine?
No, it was something.
I don't know.
Didn't work. I had to take Tylenol or ibuprofen. All right, before we jump into our movie review, let me share with you that this portion of the show is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. You want to get away? Sometimes I want to get away. Right now, not so much. Southwest has over 100 destinations in North America and also flies to Central America and the Caribbean. Make sure that you sign up to become a Southwest Rapid Rewards member so that you can start earning free flights and get that carry-on bag credit. You can get more information and to sign up using our website, onlinetonight.com/SWA. That's onlinetonight.com/SWA.
From Hollywood.
One very important thing, mate. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
Blockbusters, tearjerkers, family fare.
Everything is awesome.
What's worth seeing in the theater and what should you just watch at home?
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Here are your hosts.
I'm Max.
And I'm Victoria.
And yes, I do have to look down to see the buttons because I don't have them memorized, and this one moved recently, so that's okay. I try to make the visuals nice for the visual listeners on the YouTube Live or the recordings. Anyway, very quickly, I believe it's The Nightmare on Elm Street.
A Nightmare on Elm.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I swear the poster says The Nightmare.
Nope.
All right, we're talking about a movie that has a word in front of the word Nightmare on Elm Street, rated R, on HBO Max. Miss Victoria never ever got to see this before, or she doesn't recall ever
No, I never saw it.
seeing it. I don't know if I ever saw it all the way through, and I didn't know Johnny Depp was even in it. However, Miss Victoria keeps telling me, oh, yeah, you keep showing me the video of Johnny Depp in it. How can I show you a video of somebody I didn't even know was in the movie?
You knew.
I did not know. This is what I'm trying to share. I'm sharing it now officially in front of everybody. I did not know Johnny Depp was in this movie.
And you think Chris Columbus got ideas for Home Alone from this movie?
I do. This movie came out, 1984.
84.
Home Alone came out in like 86, 87, 88, 89.
I think it was 1990.
All right. So because this movie was new to you, tell us a little bit about what you expected, what you thought, and now that you're into horror movies, how was it for you? I mean, I just off the top of my head, very quickly, I only saw you have
one jump scare.
One jump scare.
I don't remember.
But you also know a lot of history. Like, this is a New Line Cinema movie. They had some great big hits. The person who owned the studio put his sister in the movie or something. Tell us about the movie and then all the other extras that you found out.
Okay. Well, I generally like to look up. I love the trivia and the background and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes I watch. If it takes us a while to finish a movie, I'll read about it in the middle. Sometimes I'll wait till the end. This was made by New Line Cinema, which was eventually purchased by Warner Brothers, I think, in 2008. Robert Shea is the founder of that company, and his sister, Lynn Shea, played a teacher in this movie. This was the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise rescued New Line Cinema because they were on the verge of going broke.
Mm.
And
wait a minute. That lady, wasn't she in Insidious? Or,
yes. So she actually did a bunch of comedy movies and a lot of character acting. And then later in life, she got into the more horror movies. So she took a break after Nightmare on Elm Street, and then later she came back in the Insidious movies, and she was very well known for those.
Is Insidious a New Line Cinema movie? Or was that like Blumhouse?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I'll look it up.
Sure.
I'll look it up.
As far as, I mean, I knew this movie was going to be early slasher. Mm-hmm. And at the time that these movies came out, I had nothing to do with slasher movies. The only one I went to was the very first Friday the 13th. And I kept my hands over my eyes the entire time, so I didn't see any of the movie. And so I was just grossed out by it. I didn't want to be there, and I didn't want to watch them. And I didn't try to watch any of I've never seen The Exorcist. I've never gone back and, we're doing this now. Like, I've seen The Shining now, and I've seen this, and I've seen some other things. So it's going to take a while for me to catch up on all the classics.
Okay, real quick. Sorry.
Yep.
Insidious is a James Wan directed film, produced in part by Jason Blum.
Oh, okay.
However, it was distributed in the United States by Film Direct. So it wasn't even one of the major studios. Okay, go on.
And so I found this to be valuable kind of from a historical perspective of what the movies were like at the time. I think there were some very interesting practical effects, and that's what I think I like the most about it. And I did read some about what they did. They had a rotating room, and they had all this uh, paint that had been diluted with extra water for the blood and things like that. And like the sheet, the kind of um, spandexy kind of sheet that was on the wall that allowed Freddie to kind of project himself out into the room.
And then he burst out of the bed using it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That rubber. The rubber.
Yeah. So those were very interesting effects, and
Well,
I think
so
that
that makes okay. So it seems like you appreciate these practical effects. This is why I want you to see like Evil Dead or whatever that is, because that was on such a like weird budget that they really could only do it. It's one of those. What was the? Did you watch uh what's the one with the grandpa who always like burps and slur? Rick and Morty. Did you ever watch Rick and Morty and they messed up and they created a Cronenberg world? What is that name of that guy that makes all those?
his name is Cronenberg.
Yeah. So apparently there's a movie where they create one of these. Like somehow he was involved. I want you to see that one next. That one's supposed to be really gross.
Mm.
Go on.
I don't like the really gross ones though. The ones that are super bizarre.
But didn't you see a zombie movie where they ate like the? We're trying to keep this G-rated, but I mean, didn't you see one of those? Isn't that the one you kept your hands over your head, or was that Friday the 13th?
Friday the 13th.
Oh no, so that's not the.
I think this was
Fright Night. Did you see that?
Fright Night.
Yeah.
Fright Night is a vampire movie. I've seen that.
Oh, okay. Never mind that.
Okay. So I enjoyed this, but I wasn't really scared by it because I was kind of expecting it to be the way that it was just from hearing about it all these years.
Did you feel it was campy?
It was a little bit campy, but that's just because of the time period and the way teenagers were portrayed.
But obviously it did well because there's what, like 11 of them?
9, I think.
9?
Yeah.
That is crazy. 9 of A Nightmare on Elm Street, rated R on HBO Max, available now. We were watching some of these movies for the Halloween.
And I dragged you to see Rocky Horror for the first time ever in person in theater with the Shadow cast. What'd you think?
I'm going to say it was an experience. I had been invited, in my youth, and I never went. And I feel like I missed 90% of the movie.
Yeah, there was a lot of yelling.
There was barkers, people screaming. They called what's her name, and they called Brad a name, and I got distracted by the barkers more than I got to. One of my favorite things is, can you say way or whatever 14 times? I feel like I need to actually see the movie now because I don't feel I got to see it in the theater. You've seen it what? How many
11 times.
11.
12 now.
Are we rating this? Guess not.
If you're an author interested in turning your works into audiobooks, Narrate Your Own Book is for you. Since 2005, David H. Lawrence XVII has taught 3,000 students the ins and outs of voiceover work, including narration of audiobooks. As an author, your curriculum includes more than the performance and recording aspects of narration. You also learn how to prepare your manuscript to become an audiobook and market it once it's finished. Visit narrateyourownbook.com for more information and a sample class. narrateyourownbook.com.
Hey, bookmark this.
All right, every hour we give you a bookmark this, where we hope you will find some value, fun, or entertainment from it. And this one is making me hungry. It is foodfinder.us. Foodfinder.us. Soon it will be that time of year where people start thinking about donating or helping out the local food pantries. Of course, they can always use your help any time of the year. So keep this site handy, not just Thanksgiving and the holidays. They always need assistance. So keep this site handy, and remember that you can use it anytime, not just during the holidays. You'll find all the different facilities near you quickly and easily by going to foodfinder.us. Foodfinder.us. That is this hour's bookmark this. Of course, we put all of the links in the show notes. This is episode 2086. And you just look for each hour and you can just click it. It'll take you to the website. This portion of the show is brought to you by Paramount Plus. Fall means season premieres for all your favorite Paramount Plus series. And if you're looking for scary content during Halloween, all 6 of the Scream movies are now streaming on Paramount Plus. They've got others. Find out all they have to offer by visiting our website, onlinetonight.com/stream. onlinetonight.com/stream.
Online Tonight.
Trying to figure out where the turkey bacon is on this pig. This is Online Tonight. Now, here's Max.
All right, in the last portion of this last segment of the show, we were talking about a Halloween movie called A Nightmare on Elm Street from 1984. And we went over a little bit, so I wanted to get Miss Victoria's rating on that in case she decides to do an end-of-year recap on one of the future Online Tonights to find out what our favorite movie was during the year. What do you rate it?
I give it a 4 out of 5.
Just a 4?
Yeah.
So you're not going to watch A Nightmare on
Sequels?
Christmas, A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9?
No, when you get down in the numbers, it becomes like Freddy versus Jason, and then there's a complete reboot of the first one. So, no, I feel like I have so many other things I'd rather watch. Although I hear 3 is probably the best of them.
All right, so you might consider that. I will join you with a 4. I think I'm just being nice because it's a classic.
It's not really well made or anything. It's kind of schlocky, but I mean, it's a Wes Craven movie, right?
Yeah. But I think that because it's a classic and there's been so many kind of memes, I think I saw it on either Futurama or Family Guy or something like that.
Freddy's iconic.
Yeah, Freddy's iconic. So I think you had to see it.
Yeah.
And so
I'm glad I did.
It's worth the 4 there. All right, a little bit of entertainment news. TiVo. Do you remember TiVo? They were the original kind of cable TV box that allowed you to record things and watch them later. It had the rewind and the skip button, and it had, some of these really nice things. In the realm of where we are nowadays, Motorola has really kind of taken over the set-top box business for the cable companies, even like DirecTV and Dish and all those stuff. That, they came with a lot of Motorola stuff. They saw the value that TiVo had brought, and they incorporated their own abilities. So it's considered legacy DVR.
Came out in 1999.
1999. In fact, I think somebody I used to work with at Next went and was like a big wig over there at the TiVo. Or maybe it was one of our graphic artists from either Apple or Next that went over.
Oh, it made their logo?
Did all the icons for all of their interface stuff, the UI specialist. Anyway, their DVD business is basically, they announced on October 1st, they're getting out of that. So they're going to stop selling the Edge DVR hardware, and they're going to basically just get rid of the remaining inventory. So as things come in, as things go out, they're going to basically recycle them. I hope they're going to recycle them. The company will continue supporting its existing DVR customers for the foreseeable future. They haven't really said what the cutoff date for support will be if you have the existing hardware, but they're not going to be repairing them. They're not going to be exchanging them. That it's basically a gone product now. TiVo is shifting their focus to the operating system. They're going to offer third-party content search recommendations and free ad-supported streaming for smart TVs. The company discontinued the antenna version of the TiVo Edge early last year. The cable Edge, the TiVo Mini Lux, and the TiVo Stream 4K are still somewhat available. TiVo also provides technology for automakers. I don't know what they do for that. I guess part of the in-car streaming service, which I think is not a good idea. Ford has it, I guess, and Volkswagen has it. TiVo claims its users consume over 5 billion hours of video annually across more than 3.6 billion devices and vehicles. Okay. So they're changing their business model a little bit. Here's a little bit more on TiVo. They're going to offer free live sports and TiVo. Free Live Sports and TiVo are launching a 45 free ad-supported sports channel on TiVo-powered smart TVs, DTS, AutoStage video service in select BMW vehicles. Channels will also stream on the TiVo OS-powered smart TVs in Europe and North America, and on IPTV services that are supported by TiVo in North and Latin America. The lineup includes live events, classic matches, niche sports like flag football, and original series from networks like Red Bull TV, Nitro Circus, Golf Network, the NHRA, Big 12 Studios, Pac-12 Insider, and World Poker Tour. I mean, so that's a good thing. Additional specialty and regional sports channels will be added over time. Free Live Sports currently operates 120 ad-supported sports streaming channels globally. TiVo will integrate their live TV streaming apps and sports channels in one interface for smart TVs and vehicles via the DTS AutoStage. Very quickly, Amazon is updating their Fire Sticks to block illegal streaming of premium TV and premium league sports, or games, excuse me. The new Fire Stick model, the Fire Stick 4K Select, now runs on Amazon's in-house Vega OS instead of Android, which apparently was easily hacked. Don't forget, if you missed any portion of the show, you can head over to OnlineTonight.com where you can check out the show notes. We put the bookmark this, the links, all the show notes, what the user questions are, what your question might have been had you called our toll-free telephone number. We put all the links there, episode number 2086. And as I mentioned last week, we've got a new store coming, OnlineTonight.com/store.
Online Tonight is produced and copyrighted by Smart Family Media. All rights reserved. Host Maxwell Smart. Producer and other hats worn by Victoria Smart. Views and opinions expressed are those of the host, guest, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, affiliates, or other advertisers.